Hello, welcome back to my another video about law. And for newcomers, let me introduce myself. I'm Amro Alfishahri. And then we go to our discussion today in this video. So the discussion is about the litigation process within the scope of the state administrative court. In Indonesia, there are four types of courts. The general courts, religious courts, military courts, and the state administrative court. And irrespective of obligation, the high courts hold power, as stated in Article 24, Paragraph 2 of the 1945 Indonesia Constitution. In this discussion, I will focus on administrative justice, and then for you who doesn't know, who don't know what state administrative is, the meaning is stated in Law Number 5 of 1986, which states that state administrative is a state administration that carries out the function of carrying out government affairs, both at the center and in the regions. Then it is continued in number 2 of the article, which states that the agency or officials who carries out government affairs is based on the unity of the applicable legislation. So the administrative court is a court that adjudicates disputes between legal entities or individuals and officials, whose object is always decisions issued by the officials. And the existence of a state administrative dispute is caused by the fact that there are individuals or legal entities that feel disadvantaged by the decision issued by state officials. For example, suppose a state officials make a decision to demolish a building in city, and it turns out that the decisions has an impact in the form of losses for a legal entity or individual, so that the building does not become torn down. The party who is harmed takes legal action in the form of filing lawsuits with the court, and because the demolition of the building was ordered by state officials through a decree issued by the officials, the lawsuit was submitted to the state administrative court, not to the religion court or military court, but to the state administrative court. That's the picture of the state administrative court. Okay, toward the next our discussion, namely about state administrative lawsuits. According to Article 53 of Law Number 5 of 1986, a person or civil legal entity who feels that his interests have been harmed by a state administrative decision may file a written lawsuit with the competent court containing a demand that the disputed state administrative decision be declared null and void, whether or not it is legal, with or without accompanying claims for compensation and or rehabilitation. In other words, lawsuits against state administrative disputes can only be made by parties in the form of legal entities or individuals who feel that their interests have been harmed. And then the reasons that can be used in the lawsuit are listed in Law Number 5 of 1986, Article 53, Paragraph 2. Then how can the lawsuit get a verdict from the judge? Okay, in order for the lawsuit to get verdict, it must go through the examination process, go through the litigation process within the scope of the state administrative court. So there are three types of examination: regular inspection, short event inspection, and quick event inspection. In order to more easily understand the inspection of a short and a quick or fast event, I will explain the flow of a regular event inspection first. A typical event check flow consists of 6 steps. These steps start with the plaintiff registering his case with the court. Therefore, the first step is to level the playing field. The plaintiff who wants his lawsuit to be processed must register the case in court. So in this case, it is a state administrative lawsuit, and the registration is carried out in the state administrative court. After registering the case, the next step is an administrative examination carried out by the clerk. At the stake, the clerk will examine the formal requirements of the registered lawsuit. If it meets the requirements, the clerk will return to the plaintiff, will be asked to complete the requirements. Okay, we assume that we made the requirements. So the next step is that the lawsuit is submitted to the chairman of the court for a deliberation meeting, also called the dismissal process, at which stake the chairman of the court will examine the lawsuit, especially in light of his competence. After the dismissal process is carried out, lawsuit will be examined by the judge. So this step is called the preparatory examination carried out by the judges. At this stake, the judge will study the content of the lawsuit and will ask the plaintiff to study several files that will be decided in the final decisions. After conducting a preparatory check, the next step is to summon the parties by sending a letter to them. After the parties receive the summons, at least 6 days after the letter is received, the inspection can only be carried out. Okay, after 6 days have passed since the receipt of the summons, it has begun and the trial stage will end with the issuance of the judge's decision on the case being issued. And in the decisions, there are 4 verdicts as stated in Article 19.7, Paragraph 7 of Law Number 5 of 1996. That is the flow of the examination under the usual procedure in the realm of the state administrative court. As for the quick event check in general, it is the same as the regular event checks. However, the difference lies in the absence of a preparatory examination step and the fact that the trial can be carried out at least than 6 days. The litigation can be started before 6 days. It's different from the regular examination that the litigation can be started after 6 days. So that is the discussion today. So that is our discussion today, the flow of examination procedures in the state administrative court. Hopefully you can understand what I said. So thank you for watching this video, and last I say bye bye.